Hello everyone and welcome back to a new writing vlog. It is the first day of a new week. It is the 13th of January today. It is 17 minutes past 11 because, you know the thing by now. If you've been here for a while, you know that I apparently can't write early, which is not true, but apparently I don't write until late in the evening. Either way, I've done a lot today that did not involve writing, and I just kept putting it off and putting it off. Again, we've been here before, and I decided to write. I didn't really feel like it, but it didn't feel worth losing my streak. Again, I am aiming to write for 95% of every day this year, which comes out to 346 or 48, I believe, days this year. Which means I can't miss all that many days, and yeah. So I decided to write despite not feeling like it, and so I set my timer for 1 minute. The least I've done this whole sprint, this whole year so far, is 5 minutes, but I decided to set a timer for just the 1 minute, just to get some words. And I must say that getting 84 words in 1 minute feels pretty good. Because that's what happened. I got 84 words in 1 minute. I don't really know how that happened. I will say that I think it might be good for me to do sprints that aren't so symmetrical. Basically, I tend to do full 5 minutes, so 5, 10, 15, or 20 minutes, sometimes longer than that, but they're still even 5 minutes. And I know that I've done some sprints that haven't been like that during streams, because it is very common doing streams to do sprints that are, 20 minutes and 20 seconds to celebrate 2020, or a sprint that is 16 minutes and 67 seconds. That doesn't quite work, but you get what I mean. To commemorate certain times of the day or dates of the year or stuff. So I've done those, but I tend to, when I do it on my own, stick to the even 5 minutes. And I do think that not doing that might actually be good for me. It's just, it doesn't really come naturally to me. The only reason I did it today was that I didn't want to write, and so a 1 minute sprint was what I felt like doing. But I must again say, 84 words in 1 minute. How? Not quite sure how that happened. Very happy with it though. And the second reason I think this might be good for me to do, not just 1 minute, but doing 7 minute sprints and 13 minutes and around the same time I would do normally, but changing up a little bit, is because, and this might only be because I did a 1 minute sprint, I do them a little bit more like a 50-headed hydra, which, if you are not familiar with that term, is basically when you set a timer. That's typically for 5 minutes, but you set a timer and you just write. You don't fix any typos, you don't go back and move a comma if it ended up wrong. If you have a space somewhere you're not supposed to have it, you don't change that either until the sprint is up. And I struggle to do that because I do subscribe to the don't edit while you write thing, but I also want a clean manuscript. And for me, that means spelling words correctly if I know them and not having obvious typos that I can see and stuff like that. So if I ever do a 50-headed hydra or a sprint where I end up having typos, some sprints I go back and change it during the sprint because it's like 2 words back from where I am anyway, so going back doesn't really take that much time, and I know I am a fast typer, a fast sprinter, so I don't feel like that sets me back. But every time I do a 50-headed hydra or a sprint of that kind, I always go back and fix those things before I tally up the word counts. Again, I just want to have a clean manuscript. I don't want to know that there are typos in it, for example. You could also argue that a clean manuscript would not have plot holes in it. Guilty of having plot holes, but for me, having it look visually clean is important to me. And I also miss typos, of course I do. I miss typos, and I will drop a word here and there, but it just annoys me to see those little red squiggly lines, so I like to make those go away. Anyway, that was a very long intro to this week's vlog, but thank you for joining, and I'll write more tomorrow, and I'm hoping to maybe do like a 10k day tomorrow? Maybe. If I do, I can't really start at 11 p.m, can I? So, I'll let you know tomorrow. It is the 14th. I have put on makeup. Let's see how long that lasts for and how long I remember it for before I start rubbing my eyes and stuff with my hands. Either way, it is the 14th, it is 12:26 during the day, there's actually daylight. I'm surprised by how well the light shows up on camera because it's a really, really gloomy, stormy day outside, so fingers crossed that lasts for a while. The lighting, not the storm. The storm can pass, I don't really care about that. I have some pretty ambitious plans today, and those plans are to write a minimum of 10,000 words. The stretch goal is 15,000 words, and I would like to be done at like 9 p.m. and I'm also going to have to break between now and 9 p.m. for lunch and to make and eat dinner. Lunch I can just heat up. I have lunch in the fridge. But if I want to write 10,000 words in the next 7.5 hours, I need to write 1,333 words, 34 words on average per hour to hit that. Not impossible. 15,000 words, not 150,000 words, that is not what I want. 15,000 words in 7.5 hours is exactly 2,000 words. Now, this is granted that I write for all of the coming 7.5 hours, which I will not do. Like I said, I have to have dinner and stuff. But yeah, I'm a little bit scared to try this. I have definitely done this before. I have had 10k days. I've had 1 or 2 15k days in the past. I think my wordiest day ever was 17,500, and that was during Nano a number of years ago. During Nano now in 2019, I had 2 days where I wrote more than 10,000 words. I think I wrote about 12k both those days. And it is definitely doable, but it is a bit not stressful, but a bit strenuous. You might leave that being a bit mushy in the head. So I'm gonna try. As you guys know, I do have an outline this time around, and I'm also hoping to be done with this draft at the end of the month. So I do have some work to do, but I'll at least have a guideline for how to do it. So fingers crossed I can do this. I'm not sure how much I'm going to update you throughout the day, but I will be making a separate vlog that will go up in a few weeks about the 10 or 15,000 word day as a whole and how I went about doing it. So there might not be a whole lot of updates today for you guys, but there will be a future video coming about it. So let's start writing before I lose the excitement and get overcome by anxiousness and nerves. Alright, I have now been writing for just over an hour. I started my first sprint at 12:44. I'm even tracking what time I'm sprinting right now. So I started my first sprint at 12:44. It is now 1:49, so it's been an hour and 5 minutes. In this time, I've done 4 sprints, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and 5 minutes. And I have racked up 3,152 words in this past hour, so I'm off to a really, really good start. I'm very, very happy with it. Some things are not playing out exactly as I wanted them to, or exactly as I've written that they should play out in the outline. Whether or not they work better or worse this way, I don't know, but I've wrapped up the chapter I was working on, which was chapter 7, which sort of a little bit merged with chapter 8. A few things in chapter 8 was bumped up into chapter 7. All in all, though, I'm really happy. 3,000 words or a little over that in just over an hour is really, really good. It makes me think that I really can do this. I am now going to break for lunch, though, and then come back to it. Hopefully, I won't lose momentum, but I am going to take like a proper break with lunch and probably catch up on some YouTube while I eat. But really, really happy with this. Hello again. It is now just past 5:30 in the evening. I am getting just a little tired from doing this, but it's fine. Since I last updated you, I have done 4 more sprints. I did a 15-minute sprint, a 20-minute sprint, 25, and then 30. And in those 4 sprints, I have written 5,029 words. So it's going okay. My word count so far for today is 8,181 words. Nice round number. And I'm going to do 2 shorter sprints now and then go make dinner. But it's going okay. I will say that I am tired. I feel like I'm starting to look tired and the sun has gone down. So, of course, I'm tired. Welcome to winter, where I'm tired most of the time because we don't get a lot of sun in the winter. I will update you later tonight. I just wanted to check in and let you know how I'm doing so far. I'm really proud of my progress though, and I will for sure get to 10,000 tonight. I don't see why that would not happen. 15 feels like more of a stretch, and that was always going to be my stretch goal, but also knowing me, it was actually my actual goal. So I'll feel somewhat victorious once I hit 10k, but I'll feel satisfied when I hit 15. So let's hope I do. Again, it's only 5:30, but yeah. 2 more sprints have been done. One was 15 minutes and one was 10 minutes, and now I'm definitely gonna break and make dinner. But I'm now at 9,480 words for the day, so I got that going for me. I'm so tired though, but I don't think I'm gonna stop at 10k. I'm gonna stop now and make dinner, but we'll see. Hello again. This will be my last clip for today because I'm deciding to actually stop where I'm at right now. It is currently 5 minutes past 9, and my daily word count for today is 10,336. It is not quite the 15,000 that I wanted, but I'm doing the responsible thing and taking a break and not writing anymore tonight. I'm really happy with my progress overall. There have been a few hiccups, there have been a few things I've realized that, I don't actually have this all figured out, and I need to work on this in the future. But right now, I feel pretty good about the whole thing as a whole, and I do believe I now have about 28,000 words. That was very close to the camera, I'm sorry. I believe I have about 28,000 words now in the project. I cannot count. I have 27,188, and that's still pretty damn good. So I'm going to sign off for tonight now, and I'll be back tomorrow. I am not intending to write very much tomorrow because I do have a book I need to read for the book circle meeting that I'm attending on Sunday, and I haven't even started the book yet. But I'll still be back and writing something because, yeah, it's what I do. Hello everyone, it is the evening of the 15th. It is 10:56 in the evening, and I have not spent a lot of today writing. I spent like a minute writing now at the very end. I don't think I have a hangover from yesterday when I wrote my 10k, but I've been doing other things, and that was the plan all along, so feeling okay with that. I wrote for about a minute. I actually forgot to set a timer, but it was about a minute, and I got 60 words, and when I did a minute the other day, I got 84, so I think I wrote for about a minute. And I have a couple issues right now with the outline because I've been a bit vague in the general area that I'm in currently in the outline. Not so much the area physically, like where my characters are, but more so in this general sort of beginning of the middle of the book. I've been a bit vague, it turns out. So I'm gonna have to flesh that out a bit. That might take some time, but overall pretty happy. I think I'm gonna come to some good conclusions, hopefully. And if I don't, I will just fix that later in when I'm writing or editing. I am, however, going to say that today on the 15th of January, Laura from Laura Writes, I think that's a channel name, I'm going to have her linked down below. She actually posted a video on, is tracking our progress, tracking our words, tracking our time actually useful? Is that something we should do? Is it something that actually benefits us? Or is it just actually, is it not good? Is it bad? And she made some really good points. I mentioned that in either yesterday's video or in the vlog that I made from just yesterday that will go up in a few weeks. I mentioned that I subscribe, I guess, to the tracking of words. Since I do sprints, since I've done that so many times, I link the two, and then I want to know how many words I did in any given sprint. She made some really good points though, and if you haven't seen the video, again, I'm going to have it linked down below in the description. And it made me think, I still think that I'm going to keep up tracking, but definitely something to think about. So with that, I'm going to sign off for tonight. Hoping to get a fair bit done tomorrow, but we're also going away over the weekend, so I need to prepare a bit for that. And yeah, good night. Hello everyone, it is 9:15 in the evening of the 16th of January, and I just sprinted for 3 minutes and wrote 189 words, and that is all that I will be doing for this today. I have spent the day editing videos and applying for a bunch of jobs and what feels like a whole bunch more, I'm not sure it is, but either way, I do not have it in me to write more than that for today. So, leaving it at that, tomorrow morning we are going out of town and we're not going to be back home until kind of semi-late Sunday evening. I am bringing my computer and I aim to write every day, but writing will definitely not be a priority. But I will be spending like 5 hours on trains this weekend, as well as some general wait time in between trains, so, you know, maybe I'll get some writing done then. But I'm gonna leave it at this for tonight and let you know what writing happens this weekend. I don't think I'm gonna bring this camera though, so you might either get video from my phone or Marcus might bring his camera and then I'll use that. But either way, I'll let you know in a later clip how my weekend goes. Hello again! The weekend is now over. It is currently Monday. It is 11:38. I am still in my dressing gown because why not? But I wanted to update you on the words I wrote this past weekend. I never filmed anything because it wasn't really much to update. So on Friday, the 17th, I wrote 7 words in 1 minute. It didn't take me a minute to write those words, but I wanted to track something, and it definitely took less than a minute, so I tracked 1 minute. On the 18th, I wrote 72 words, also in a minute, more reasonable that I actually took a minute. And then yesterday, I was writing for a bit on the train home, but I was getting very distracted. There was a lot of people, a lot of sounds, a lot of stuff going on. A tannoy that would not actually tell us where we were. It gave us the name of the city that is over 10 hours away and said that that's where we were, and it was a lot of fun. So I had my document open and worked on it to and from for about 36 minutes. And during that, I got 664 words. So that wraps up the writing for this week. I will say that I have had a few ups and downs. Again, I had my 10K day this week, which was great, and more on that in a much later video. It will be out in like March, so stay tuned for that. But I have realized a few good things with my outline and with the manuscript, but also a few bad things. For example, the chapter I was working on, well, the chapter that all these words, all these massive amount of words came from. So I basically have 2 chapters where things happen, but Alyssa's not part of them. She doesn't even have to be present. She isn't even present for either of these things happening. And so I have 2 chapters where she doesn't do anything and it's told from her point of view. And I realized that when I got to them and I was like, damn, I didn't actually think to put her in, which, you know, so I'm working around that now. And the last things I wrote yesterday actually went really well. I really like how that's turning out, but it is happening a little too soon to something else having just happened. That is something I'm going to fix in, as I keep saying, in post, when I'm revising. But I'm glad that I have sort of solved it a little bit, and I am realizing that I'm going to have to rework my outline. That's not really a surprise to anyone, is it? And I don't know, it just feels pretty good, and my document is closing in now, my story is closing in now on 30,000 words. We also don't have that much month left, and I still want to be done at the end of the month. So I do have to step up my game, but more on that in next week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon, so I'll see you then. Bye!